The plan failed. The truth is known. You arrogantly believed everyone but believed Henry, a citizen, was capable of breaching the holy seals and murdering the council. Justice is immune to arrogance. A hideous, heinous truth. A vile truth. Architect, you have been found guilty of conspiring to kill the council. Your punishment is death. The Onyxian claws of conspiracy that tear at the flesh of this island. I can feel the dreadful shadow of this conspiracy looming over us.
Okay. Yeah, no saving. Once again. Witnesses conspiracy, okay. And we have nothing here on the whole, like, using Henry as a scapegoat as well. Since we never used that instead of Akiko in the beginning. Okay, on the one hand, it's kind of cool that you can, like, take multiple paths here, but on the other, it doesn't really make sense in universe, right? Why would Lady Love Dies not lay all the cards on the table? She has them. She knows there is more to it. She has them. So why not do it? Oh well, let's not count our chickens before they're hatched, so maybe we'll get into that here.
Paradise feels...
I believe that a witness initiated a conspiracy to kill the council last night. Witness has become a fanatic. He has radicalized himself as a devoted servant of the gods.
I don't like this.
He believes the Syndicate has strayed from the holy mission, and I believe he wanted to put the fear of the gods in us.
Got it.
Montserrat was devolving into paranoia and was becoming a dictator. Witness has repeatedly voiced his opposition to Montserrat's plan for the next island. Witness took matters into his own hands. Carmelina told me about Witness becoming rebellious against Montserrat's plans.
Don't test me.
Witness openly rejected Montserrat's plans to wipe certain events from history and tighten his grip over Syndicate members.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
Witness has become obsessed with the idea of cleansing tide of demons. Like the ancient Great Flood, he wants the Syndicate to be forced to start again.
Is repulsive.
The key to Witness's plan was planting a killer demon inside the council penthouse. That demon would kill the council and he'd get away with it.
Yeah, that's also missing here. It's not really a back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Because now Witness could, I mean it wouldn't really be that convincing, but now he could say, like at the end of this chain, but wait a second, Lady Love Dies. If I did that, then who would I have, like, given the guilt? I have no scapegoat, or there's no way that I could have done all of this. Someone would have noticed during the crime, right? Or something like that. So, and then we could get into the whole bit with Henry and the oral attack device. Ha! Witness made a call at midnight to a demonic containment crate that had been hidden in the penthouse, unlocking it remotely and allowing it to start its attack. Witness had been experimenting in demonology in a secret bunker. Within the dead zone, he imprisoned the killer demon and later weaponized it. Sam has a secret tunnel running from his bar to the dead zone. Witness used that to subvert the security on the dead zone and get in. Witness recruited Lydia and Sam into his conspiracy by promising to let them leave the Syndicate on the next island. Two ex-assassins are perfect tools. Witness got the demon containment crate into the building. By using Lydia, she rappelled down, okay, thank you, from the roof of the penthouse and took it in through the maintenance grate. Yeah, we never established all that.
Lydia went through the second seal on Witness's behalf.
Crime is repulsive.
Lydia and Sam worked together to get the demonic crate through the seals and into the penthouse a few days before the murder. The plan isn't foolproof. There were too many variables. Pinning your hopes on a wild killer demon and believing it wouldn't be traced back to you was foolish. No doubt the intention was a scare tactic more than anything else. Put the fear of the gods into the council and enact change. You used the killer demon as a messenger of angry gods to reshape the syndicate. The plan didn't have to be perfect to get what you wanted. All you needed was a catalyst for change.
Okay, I thought for a second we would get into the Henry bit.
On a day of horrible truths, this is one of the worst. Why, Witness?
Sin is a lie and a scheme.
I am surrounded by sin and heresy. You are all focused on the islands and your own little ambitions.
The end times are launched.
What about the gods? What about our holy mission? All but one of the pyramids sits empty, and we have existed for millennia.
Your sin is a lie and a scheme.
We are an embarrassment to the gods. The syndicate needed rebuilding.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And you would be the one to do it.
Blasphemy!
The who is irrelevant. More important is why and how.
The gods are watching us.
Re-establish the priority in our faith. Resume our holy mission. Bathe in the radiance of our gods.
I am still bathed in the glory of the gods.
I must die a martyr. I tried. I really tried to do the work of our astral lords.
Blasphemy!
It wasn't enough. The sin on this island was too great.
I hope heaven is everything you wanted it to be.
Witness to the end. You are found guilty of conspiring to kill the council. The punishment is death.
Oh my god, my voice is shot.
The power of justice has played host to the truths of the investigator. Were the truths as expected? Did esoteric knowledge reveal the truth? Or did it remain hidden in mystery? The investigator will become executioner and will execute justice.
The trial's end. Okay. Weird. So, the only question remaining is... how did the blood of the council get downstairs again? Into Henry's stomach? Because I don't think Henry did anything. And we still have Yuri's petals at the scene, but how would he get through the through the third and fourth seal? Because, I mean, maybe Yuri escorted Dainonigata through and brought the blood back, but like after the murder, but I don't see how he could have gotten through the third and fourth seal to gather the blood. Maybe gather it as Dainonigata returned and then gather it from him? Maybe, but that's because that wasn't the plan. The plan was for Dainonigata to remain in the council office. Weird. Okay, for now I'll just think that Yuri was the one to gather the blood and that's why his petals were there, but I don't really get why how he got through the other two seals.
Grand Marshal Akiko 14. The verdict is...
ouch. I take no pleasure in this. Since A, she only did it for love and to like save people from dying, and on the other hand she was also totally used. But regardless, she killed some innocent people instead of her marshal. Well, they weren't innocent, they were prisoners, but still. She killed some people instead of her marshals. And also was knowingly in the conspiracy to kill the council. And Gray's bloodlines, so Damn! 4 shots? Okay, there's no kill like overkill, I guess.
Architect Carmelina!
Damn, I wish I could choose who to execute, because I wouldn't execute Sam and Lydia. I wouldn't. They didn't know what they were doing. They knew they were doing something wrong, but they didn't know it was A, meant to kill the council, B, what was inside it anyways. So while they committed a crime, they were completely used and didn't even know what they were doing. They were basically, yeah, kinda sorta blackmailed into it. And they deserve punishment, to be sure, but not death. Okay. Crimson Acid. The verdict is release. Nice. No crimes. Dr. Doomjazz. Verdict is also release. Henry Division. The verdict is release. Hey, but you're still gonna die at the end of the island. Oh well. I'm also kind of miffed that we don't get a comment from them here. I mean, they are all facing their deaths here. Or like in Henry's case, I would be like, Henry would be like, yeah, what happens to me now? I'm still possessed. I still have a demon inside me. God damn it. God damn it. I wish it could have been different, Lydia. You don't deserve this. And Lady Love Dies just goes for it. Not even a word. Yep. Bam, bam, bam. What are we doing here? The game should be smarter than this.
The unforgiving specter, one last kiss.
Release! Well, not that you could kill her again, she's already dead. Didn't kill her, Dino Nigate. The verdict is execute. How? He's already dead! No crimes? Release? That doesn't make sense. I mean, I didn't really accuse it. Oh, but oh well, it's dead anyways, so...
You have proven that Henry had nothing to do with the crime to end all crimes. He was nothing more than a pawn in a dreadful game of murder and secrecy. You have earned the title of Grand Investigator. Your weapon is unlocked. On the next island you will reform the Paradise Psycho Unit. Island 24 is about to die. Island 25 waits for us. What kind of island will it be? Are you happy with your truths? Did you get the convictions you wanted? You entered into a battle with the facts, the truths and the suspects. Did you emerge victorious?
Not really. Like, what was it all for? The cycle continues, we killed one of our best friends, unjustly I might add.
This courtroom could only allow so many truths to emerge from their hiding places. Are there more to hunt? If you believe that things are not as they seem, there is still a way to punish the guilty. Grand Investigator Lady Love Dies, I will leave you to execute justice at your discretion. Punish those that you deem guilty. Execution or exile are viable punishments. You may also let them go free.
Okay, now we have those. Oh, come on, that sucks. Because exile or like imprisonment would have been way more fitting for Lydia. But for that to happen, I would have had to deliberately hide the truth. But there is a way here to make Lydia and Sam survive. Okay.
Please work for the best interests of Perfect 25.
It's time for justice.
Thank you, Judge. It will be my honor to execute justice.
When you are ready to wave goodbye to Island 25, do so from the rear view mirror in Lydia's car. The car will take you to the Paradise Gates and to Perfect 25. Use it at your discretion.
Justice has been served. Oh my god.
Those of you which have not been found guilty of destroying Paradise may leave and wrap up your business before we move to Perfect 25. A marshal shall take Henry back to his cell. Marshals will clear away the executed. They will not be remembered, they will not be honored.
Okay. We're automatically here. Or not?
She completed the job.
Was there more to do?
The investigator always trusted her heart. She would decide if Paradise had been saved.
We are on Perfect 25, so it must have been saved.
Saved isn't a binary state. Solving a crime doesn't mean the world is fixed.
That's scary.
It is.
I hope she knew what she was doing. So these are Isaiah and Madame Complex here, okay.
I'm sure she did. This is Lady Love Dice we're talking about.
Oh no, we're still here. I'm guessing this is post-game.
Paradise is indebted to you. No matter what truth you made, you believed in Paradise. I hope that we will never have to work together again. I hope that crime can be eradicated and Paradise can be perfect.
That doesn't make sense. You were basically orgasming from all the crime being presented, so I don't believe a word of this.
That is an unrealistic dream. Crime infects every society.
You are right. The Syndicate's way of governing is flawed. It always will be. I look forward to working with you again. Truth will always need an investigator and a judge. When you have finished executing justice, please move to the next island.
Okay, what now? What now? Doom Jazz is there. One last kiss. There is the car. I absolutely have to talk to Henry again. Not to execute him, simply to talk to him. What he makes of all of this. Okay, while I travel there leisurely, let me get my final thoughts on this game out. So, as you probably noticed, I was not all that happy with the way this trial went just now. Not just gameplay-wise, because there wasn't really that much interaction, because also you... Basically Lady Love Dice was jobbing here. She deliberately, didn't mention some truths that would have painted a bigger picture. And yeah, you also couldn't decide anything at the end on how to punish people. Especially since this game talks about the death penalty and rehabilitation as at least minor motives. Like, they were topics not just with Lady Love Dice's character, but also with some of the Shinjis and some of the character dialogues. So, Anyways, yeah, the pacing towards the end was also somewhat tepid. As you can notice, I'm starting with all the negatives here, so that I can end with the positives. Yeah, the pacing towards the end was somewhat tepid, because you were simply going through the motions and collecting stuff that you already knew, basically. So nothing much new in the end phases. But the game kind of expects you to collect everything, kind of, right? And also, as you probably noticed in the last few episodes, there was a lot of denial and not a lot of these gotcha moments. There were some, with Witness and with Yuri as well, and Sam, where they said something they shouldn't have, because Lady Love Dies did some smart thinking there and presented the evidence in a way that made them talk or made them blabber something that they weren't supposed to. Can I go through here now? No, these are... I would kind of be interested to go through there now. Oh, I cannot. Yes, there wasn't really a lot of that. I would have wished for a little bit more of those moments. And yeah, I also mentioned before that there was not a lot of release in tension here. Everything built up to this trial, and it was just so much information. The trial handled it relatively well, as in going through the information without being overwhelmed, but I still would have preferred being asked specific questions and presenting the correct evidence for those things, instead of just going through the motions and ticking off a list. But yeah, at least the trial didn't have any problems with that. Because yeah, it was really just a tick-off list. From the ending all the way to the start of this game, especially in the first episode, was kind of rough. The island has a lot of lore, background info that you kind of need, and that doesn't really become apparent. I think before episode like 3 or 4, I didn't know what was going on, and I still don't know why the Syndicate is so hellbent on reviving the gods. Like why are we doing this? It can't even be for the immortality, since some people are even dissatisfied with that. And yeah, speaking of the weirdness of the island, it was also kind of sad that all of the collectibles didn't really tie into anything. They really were just there so that you could get a better hint of the setting. They didn't really tie into the crime in any way. And some of them were really pointless little baubles, and some of them were a little bit more giving, but still. It's kind of sad that they had nothing to do with the crime itself. Then, okay, let's talk to the marshal here. He's probably super pissed.
What do you want, freak?
By executing Akiko, you have destroyed any hope of Perfect 25. At least try to redeem yourself by executing the true murderer.
The true justice has already been served.
Justice? Akiko would only ever act to protect the council. I don't know how you tricked Judge, but you'll never trick me. Now execute Henry before this island shuts down. He doesn't deserve to see its magnificent end.
I will not. You are deluded, sir.
That was quite a fucking show!
Heh fucking A! I am amazed I'm still here!
You were scapegoated. I was just doing my job.
The demon wants to see this island scorched into nothing.
I appreciate it. That's the first time someone has stood up for me. I spent my entire life adrift. The world happened around me. I moved between currents. Nothing I did was ever good enough. Nothing ever worked. No one wanted me.
Not even your mother? I always thought killing your mother was just an accident via the demon.
You believed in the truth. Thank you.
Farewell.
Yeah, as if I'm going to execute my main man here.
You can't leave this island.
I'm just a shit-munching citizen. There aren't a load more for you to abduct for the next island, right? I've got a demon in me. Can't have that on your precious new island, can you?
Goodbye, Henry.
What a fucking surprise.
What fucking ever.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Execute you? I'm not doing that. If I could release him or like say something like, yeah, we'll take you to the next island. At this point, we're bound to have a new exorcist. Then we can save you. I would totally be for that, but oh well. Okay. Where was I? Yes. As for playing the game, the much maligned movement system. Apparently there is a grappling hook somewhere on this island that I never managed to collect. One of you kind ladies and gents in the comments informed me about that. So, to that viewer, thank you for that. I was already in the middle of the trial when I read that comment, so... oh well. But still, I kind of despised the movement system a lot. You heard me ranting and raving about it the entire Let's Play, basically. Like, it's so imprecise because you can't really see your feet. You cannot see them. You bounce off a lot of stuff, and... yeah. The double jump and the dash certainly made things better. Towards the end of the game, it wasn't really all that bad. But still, there was a lot of gamer rage to be had here. Huh. There's Crimson. Let's just go to her, since I'm still giving my thoughts here. Yeah, what else do I have? I wrote myself a handy-dandy list in case you didn't notice. Normally I'm not that, like, good with my final thoughts. Yes, the Meditate. Also another gameplay feature that, just for demonstration, takes forever to activate. Yes, I know, maybe for flavor it is supposed to be this way. You're actually meditating, you have to take a moment for yourself. But for my editing, it was absolute poison. I hated it. Like, this mechanic alone probably cost me another half hour per episode in editing time. Especially, or like, mean editing time. Because, like, in the editing, in the collectible heavy episodes, it cost me basically an hour. So yeah, that was not good for my mental health. And yeah, in that regard, like, all these factors combined, the movement system, the meditate, it being hard to get into, it being tepid toward the end, makes this game not really all that great LP material. I mean, you can pretty much realize this since basically 1 or 2 people are watching this. Thank you for sticking around, by the way. You are my favorite viewers for this LP. You actually stuck around, so thank you. Yeah, it's pretty much death by 1,000 cuts. But let me just come from all this Debbie Downer stuff to Crimson, and after that I'll go over some of the positives.
Ladies back in town.
Good work.
You got your gun back. Justice has been served, and the PU will be reborn on Perfect 25. I've got a favor to ask.
I'm not surprised.
You need people for the Paradise Psycho unit, right?
You want to be on the team?
I'm the glamour of the battlefield. I've got a good stock of secrets.
Okay.
You're hired.
I want a corner office.
Fine by me.
Good.
Did you need something before the end of the island, boss?
Execute! No. Farewell.
I'll see you on the next island, Crimson.
Sure thing, lady.
Huh. I'm sort of bummed that I didn't manage to save Lydia and Sam. Okay, I'll make my way to Doomjazz. Yeah, as for the positives, this game has positives. I would like rate it a 7 out of 10, like essentially. Let's go for the most obvious one, the characters. The characters were all great. A lot of them hated Lady Love Dice's guts, and it was pretty glorious. And we had some weird constellations as well. Like, not every character had the same motives, not every character was of the same group. Like, we had some that just lived their lives here, some that were a little bit on the shady side, some that were mega involved with council business, some that were devoted, some that were skeptical. So yeah, it was just a really nice cast, and all of them had clear motives, as they needed to for a crime game, but also a clear relationship to Lady Love Dice, and just props to the writers here. It was just all around a bang-up job. So yeah, props to that. Then also the setting. as much as it pains me that the collectibles didn't really tie into it and were just a little bit on the tad of cool for the sole reason of being cool, the island had an absolute bonkers setting. And a really fun one as well. It didn't provide all the answers. It was a little bit wishy-washy at some point, but all in all, like, look at what we have achieved here. Like, we are at the end of an island that has some weird hands sticking out of a pond and is ruled by the drive to resurrect some elder gods for some unknowable reason. And while we're on the topic of the world, let me just say, this game looks absolutely gorgeous. Not just the sky, but the architecture as well. Say about Carmelina what you will, but she was a damn good architect. Yeah. And all the island areas have different flavors, like the prison cell, the little bit more cramped but homey apartments, the little bit more lavish syndicate apartments, the whole council building with all of its brutalist architecture, the factory being somewhat weird and imposing, the celebratory gardens here having all this weird architecture and sculptures and a little god museum. And the color palette as well, just look at this. It looks absolutely amazing. The music, another big plus point. As much as I said the music was somewhat repetitive when I was listening to them on the little radio towers here, the music fit really, really well. It is not really my preferred genre of music, but it fit really, really well. And the main theme of Paradise Killer, the one that plays when you drop down first and that plays most often when you run through the syndicate here, it's just amazing. It's absolutely stunning and fitting. It really gives you this tropical island feel, and yeah, sunset, a cool beverage from one of the Dead Nebula automatons in hand. It really breathes this atmosphere. So mega respect for crafting such a symphony out of character, world, and music to present just the perfect setting for this murder. Like, one of the most fun settings I can imagine. And what else do I have here? Oh yes, in regards to the gameplay. As much as it became a little bit tepid in the end, this game is one of the most free detective games ever. It's basically a detective open world game, or as close as you're gonna get to it. Yeah, just look, we can just explore this entire island. There is evidence to be found everywhere. There apparently is even some evidence I didn't find. So maybe that would have shown a little bit more light on Yuri, but oh well. Yeah. You can just climb everything, visit different locations, have different case files that all culminate in this grand mystery that, I mean, I'm kind of sorry for not keeping my own thoughts to myself more, if you know what I'm saying, right? I'm always really open with my thoughts in regards to the island and... oh, look! The yacht has totally been sunk. Doom just had a little bit of fun towards the end here. Where was I? Not get distracted. Yes, as I was saying, the freedom was truly amazing. And especially like in the first half of the game, or first 2/3 of the game, I was always hyped to come back to the island and find something new and crazy. But yeah, as I was saying, I didn't really keep my thoughts to myself, and since we didn't have a trial where new things came to light, as in Danganronpa or in Ace Attorney, the game basically has to construct it in a way that you can figure out the entire crime without any surprises beforehand. And I was pretty close. So basically after like 3/4 through the game, we had the entire case on lockdown, I feel at least. Anyways, hey Shinji, what's my favorite demon buddy doing?
Did you try using this jet ski? Don't answer that, I really don't care. I managed to get it to the top of the pyramid and back. Not sure I could do that again though. Laters.
Oh yeah, the jet ski's gone. Can't go through the pyramid anymore. Okay, yeah, on the topic of the mystery, it was a well-written mystery. It was. Like, to have such a massive amount of information, like this is the other side of the medal from this game is just too big. In everything's in one mystery, but just manage that first of all. Manage that as a writer. Really impressive that they managed to make such a complex mystery with so many subplots and little details. Really massive respect for that. Anyways, Doom Jazz, hello.
Strange.
You sunk your boat.
Fabulous.
Always do love dice. Sent the old girl off at the end of an island.
Want to play doctors and nurses?
Time to move on. Fresh start. Embrace the future. Are you looking forward towards the future, Love Dice?
Got it.
Something's still wrong here. I can feel it. An investigator's hunch.
I see.
Is it now? What's wrong? Something you want to talk about? Nah, farewell. You did nothing wrong. I mean, you did some things wrong, but nothing that warrants exile or execution. I'll have a new yacht that needs christening, Love Dice.
I'll keep that in mind.
So this door here was truly just broken, right? It truly was. Nobody went through here. It truly was just broken. It was a complete red herring. Arrgh. Okay, then let's make our way towards the car. Where is it now? Over there. Okay, one last point on the topic of the world itself. It was really fun to explore, just to uncover everything, like not just the evidence, but also the collectibles if they weren't in particularly annoying spaces. But also the little puzzles we had, like finding all the starlight upgrades, like solving the crane puzzle, solving the graveyard puzzle. They were, while basic, still good. Like doing the little collectathon on the agri fields, we have that as well. So yeah, all in all, it's a game that gets a lot right in the broad strokes. The broad strokes are all amazing, but as I mentioned before, it's a death by 1,000 cuts that brings down the score substantially. It's all those little details that hamper the experience. I am actually looking forward to what this studio can do in the future. Like, I'm guessing they're still making games. Maybe I can look them up here? Yeah, because if they make a new game, then maybe they learn from this here. I think they can make some pretty special stuff, going by this pretty good first showing. As I said, I would rate it a 7 out of 10. It's a good game, in the end. So, yes, before we enter here, one more thing on, like, this channel, in general. This has been the final game I set out to complete when making this channel, when creating this channel. It has been a long journey, but yeah, when I created this channel, I made myself a list of everything I wanted to play. Like, there were weird games, kooky games, scary games, RPGs that take way longer than they should. So this is it for this first list. Of course, I'm going to continue making LPs, pretty much in the same frequency I did before. But yeah, this has been it. Thank you so much for sticking around, not just to the ones who are watching this video, but also to all my other viewers that maybe watch these episodes somewhat later, or maybe never at all, but still. Thank you to all my viewers. This has been a lovely journey, and I really feel creatively fulfilled making these LPs. So thank you for that.
With Lydia gone, I guess I need to drive out of here. Is it time to go?
it is. Leave paradise.
Time to get out of here.
Closing island sequence 24 applications. Ready for island sequence 25. Bearchan! Woof.
Oh, you're coming too, are you? Woof woof. Okay then, in the car. Perfect 25 awaits.
I was so positive right now. I want to end this on a positive note, but it's kind of sad that we didn't get to choose stuff in regards to Perfect 25 or how we want to act going forward.
A new island, a new council. The syndicate has been changed forever. Facts and truths and facts. Paradise needs saving. Was it worth it? Was it saved?
I'm glad to be back.
I breathed life back into paradise. Time for Perfect 25.
I'm going to miss Love Dies. We could have had something special. Nothing brings people together like the impending obliteration of a pocket of reality. Still, at least the case of the Paradise Killer got her out of exile. I wonder if her truths were right. Guess I'll never know. I hope Perfect 25 was worth it.
It wasn't. Trick question, it wasn't.
Obviously, I hope they all die in a fire, but for their sake, I hope they enjoy it. I've only known humans for a short amount of time, but they all seem to be idiots that only work for themselves. I'm sure they'll fuck it up nicely. Anyways, time to watch reality die.
Hey, and with that, we have reached the end of Paradise Killer by Kaizen Gameworks. How nice and soothing. Yeah, as for my next game, like, perceptive viewers will have already noticed, but we're leaving behind the sleuthing for something decidedly more cyber. Yeah, that's a hint and a half. You're detectives now, all of you. You can figure it out. Oh, we even get a little bit of music here. I hope this music isn't copyrighted. That would be a bummer. Like right at the end of the LP, getting a copyright strike. Oh, she'll see us in a perfect 25. Okay. Also, props to the voice actors. We didn't get much from them, so I don't know if they were actually professionals or not. That's a nice song. But yeah, what we got from them was really nice, so they all felt unique.
Oh, Bear-chan was the company pet.
Ah, okay, that's a nice little reference. Whoever these people are, I like to think they live on in Cthulhu's heaven, as the game developers clearly think as well. And there we have it. Thank you for playing, and thank you for watching. This is going to be it for Paradise Killer. Until next time, ladies and gents, I guess. Or not. Seems they have a little bit of extra for us.
So that's how it ended. A weird turn of events. A strangest paradise yet. Is this paradise safe? Of course it isn't. This is the syndicate we're talking about. Will we need her again? We always will. She's the only one that can save paradise.
Their love cannot be defeated. Arg. Ah, that's sad. Okay, see you next time, ladies and gents. This time for real. Until then, I guess.